So I'm here to read some poems. I'm going to start with a... That was a beautiful dance.
It was a faith test.
I'm going to start with a poem that I wrote last night.
Exclusive!
It's called Writing Day, and I think a few people in this room can probably relate to it, and it's about the process of setting yourself a writing day and then achieving nothing. Every day. Writing Day. Wake up optimistically early. The sun is shining through a gap in the curtains, cutting a neat crease through the crisp bed sheets. Close the curtains immediately. You are not ready for the daylight, and the daylight not ready for you. Reach for your phone. Check your emails, but do not reply to any of them. Your mind is a thick fog through which even bold red type cannot be seen. Look at pictures of other people's dogs on the internet. And some hours later, find you have slipped into a YouTube spiral. You are not wasting time. You are finding answers. By lunchtime, you know without a shadow of a doubt who killed JonBenet Ramsey and how to make a full English breakfast in a slow cooker. You think maybe you will write soon after a quick nap. Wake up hungry, make a lavish meal. Creativity spills across the kitchen in hot splashes of sweet chili, mushroom puree and bechamel. For no reason in particular, decide you don't want it anymore. Dye your hair, then the other side, heat the meal, eat the meal, nap. Google how much sleep is too much sleep. Decide you probably have a brain tumour, or depression, or both. Think about writing a poem about depression, but know without a doubt that others have done it better, that they've done it to death. Read Plath, Poe, Woolf, cry. Crawl back into bed. The day is over, except it is never really over. When you can't sleep, get stoned and watch the Great British Bake Off. Get more stoned and write an essay about the Great British Bake Off. Save it in a folder titled Stuff.
Yeah.
Roll onto your side and scribble a poem about how you can't sleep. Wake up the next day with notepad creases embedded in your soft pink cheek.
Yeah. Who did kill JonBenet Ramsey?
Sorry.
Who did kill JonBenet Ramsey?
I can't disclose.
Was it the Santa?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll do
Was
that
it
later.
Santa?
Was it the Santa? Just a serious question. There was a Santa involved.
There was a Santa.
There was a
involved. You are right. That's not a lie.
I watched the Netflix show.
I watched every show. Okay, so last summer, my mum came to visit me from Cornwall. It was disguised as a visit, but in reality, she is wildly unsentimental, and she was clearing out my childhood bedroom and depositing it in my adult bedroom. She was saying, "Grow up, we're done," which is fair enough. This is a poem about sorting through those things. It's called Growing Pains. My mum drops a beamer full of boxes in my office and leaves. I sit, half-baked lotus, and flip through scrapbooks. Outside, a little further down Stony Lane, children screech their way into bigger clothes, accelerator and brake working at the same time, the hot smell of burnt rubber. Each box is a new, fascinating car wreck. I hold paperbacks and tiny leather shoes together and try to make a person. Half sets of earrings, diary entries blackened by biro and a stiff wrist of shame, a letter to a ghost about a baby that never existed, just a period with a broken alarm clock. I open a picnic basket and find 41 poems about being alone etched into Winnie the Pooh paper, written in iambic pentameter. Where have I gone? Oh, and 8 money spiders nestled close in the crotch of a laddered pair of tights. They scatter when they see the light and start new lives in the crevices of bright white IKEA furniture. So there's been this movement that's been happening for decades, and I'm not sure it's gotten any closer. But it's called Reclaim the Night, and it's about the basic idea that as women we should be able to go out into the streets of the towns that we live in and feel safe, and this is about that. It's called Reclaim the Night. The moon is my mistress, and I kiss her with keys tucked between my fingers and one eye open.
Sorry.
That's okay. Banners and boards, marching hordes, poetry is protest, but listen, so is this. Walking home from work at midnight, proud plimsolls pounding the pavement, sparking a cigarette beneath a straight street light when it is way past bedtime, dancing, arms in the air like broken beer bottles, blood-stained keys, a fist full of only middle fingers. So be crass on the cobbled corner by the kebab shop, where the man in chinos once asked for a light and then grabbed you in the dark, subvert the gaze, with mayonnaise dripping off your chin. Some say I am a lunatic, some say I've lost my mind. I say I'm just taking back what is rightfully mine. Fur coat and no knickers. That is what the old man said to me at the empty bus stop when I was 12 years old, walking stick beating exclamation marks into the tarmac. Maybe that's what I'll wear tonight. Let the cool night kiss my cunt. It's mine after all. My night, my cunt. The moon, my lover, in her bright white fishnet tights. I want a safe space, not in some sad corner of the internet or a community centre with broken blinds and flickering lights, but here where the clouds fold over each other like curtains and we act out myths on the street. Me, you, the moon, our lover that not even the stars could cross tonight. One always takes a little breather after. This next one's a found poem, which is cheating, really. I didn't write it, I found it. My mental state is always, it can be trapped by what a disgusting mess my handbag is. Last summer was a tough summer, and at the end of it I cleaned my handbag out and I found a job seekers allowance application and a pregnancy test instruction booklet. And I combined phrases and words of those to create this poem. It's called Not My First Failure. Available to start work immediately. Your period is due. Past its use-by date. Ask your family, friends, and former colleagues. I know there is a disagreement. I am still unhappy. Circumstances change. I will do everything I reasonably can. I have a BA in creative writing. GCSEs in English and maths. I am independent. I live with my partner in rented accommodation. Alcohol may interfere. Foil wrapper. 3 minutes. 2 purple lines in the window. The arrow end. Attend, attend, attend. Results may differ. My final failure. spoiler alert, no baby, and I got a job. Absolute win. Okay, I've got one more for you, and then I will leave you alone. This poem is fairly self-explanatory. It's called "What to Do When You've Been Staying at His Mum's House for 3 months and the Walls Are Made of Paper." Book a room to fucking somewhere cheap. An ibis budget, an IB bougie, he'll say, mock French, mock posh over the hum of the railroad. Sip tinned mojitos and sit on the floor by the luggage racks, laugh at the men with sharp suits, MacBook Pros and supermarket sushi platters. Buy tickets to a gig, something obscure with a self-deprecating name and melodramatic lyrics, something gorgeously self-indulgent, sumptuously dumb. Listen to the support act from the smoking area, where they pack you in like lambs to the slaughter, clear your airways, breathe in the Marlboro lights and damp flannel shirts, like a good Merlot before your first sip. Don't drink Merlot. Drink cheap rum from cheap plastic cups. Don't squeeze them too hard or you will stain your white dress. When the band starts, join the army of clumsy marchers, a thunderstorm of dirty Doc Martens. Watch bodies do backstroke across the crowd. Lose yourselves for a song or two when the encore comes. And instead of playing their hit, the bassist takes the stage alone to read experimental flash fiction. Leave him in the crowd. Run up the steps through the very important people on the balconies, sipping craft ales and nodding apathetically. Get a good look over the barrier. Scream like you're watching Led Zeppelin climb the stairway to heaven. When the crowd clears, meet him on the street outside. Grab a nightcap from Tesco. Crack it open in the hotel. Fall asleep watching murder mysteries. Forget to fuck. Always forget to fuck. Find each other in the morning. Kiss, if you can, if your stomach can take it. On the train back to his mum's, cheek pressed lackluster against the world as it screams past. Hum the chorus to a song they didn't even play. Think, next time, there's always next time.
Yeah!